revenge is the purest of all emotions. Maybe that is why Hamlet is the most adapted Shakespearean play of all time. Even The Lion King is an adaptation, and Haider stands superior to all of it. It keeps the entire plot intact and doesn't spare any references. Even all the characters share a phonetic similarity. But the timeline is different. Hamlet starts with the death of King Hamlet, his brother Claudius marrying the widow Gertrude, and his son Hamlet returning. However, Haider begins with Dr. Mir arrested and missing, his son Haider returning to Kashmir, and Haider searching for his father. The search is the best part of the film. It acts as a view of the valley under military rule. Haider's search makes him see that the people of his valley have become collateral damage due to a proxy war. This aspect of being collateral damage is shown various times, most prominently at the beginning of the film, where Dr. Mir's house is destroyed in a gunfight between the army and the militia. Later in the film, the song Jhelum is a stark contrast from Kashmir Ki Kali, where the Jhelum river is called Khara. Khara, which means salty, an allegory as the Jhelum river has become salty from the tears of the people of Kashmir. What gives such realism to Kashmir is the co-writer of the movie, Bharadwaj. He is the author of the very acclaimed Curfew Nights, a novel where the story of Kashmir has never been told before so evocatively and profoundly that Peer writes with the skill of a novelist, the insight of a journalist, and the evocative power of a poet. A poet just like Haider. He makes a brief appearance in the film as a psychologically damaged man, stopping at every doorway, which itself is a reference to a short story, New Disease by Akhtar Mohyuddin. It is only after the interval that Haider is contacted by Ruhdar or Ruh, which means spirit, the ghost of King Hamlet, that asks Hamlet to avenge him. In the movie, Ruhdar acts as a messenger, a man who claims to be Dr. Mir's friend from prison camp, passing on Dr. Mir's last words for revenge against his brother Khurram. However, Ruhdar represents something far more sinister. We'll get to that later. This is where Curfew Nights ends and the Shakespearean Hamlet begins. This area where the two universes intersect has the most iconic scene of the film. Curfew Nights ends with a monologue of Shakespearean proportions. Vishal Bharadwaj elevates the moment. He dims down the monologues of to be or not to be and teases us with the Yorick skull scene in the Avana song later in the film. He sets up a stage and gives Haider a crowd, where with true grit he questions the existence of his people. He questions of Spa, calling it Chutzpah, which is an aimed mispronunciation of Chutzpah. He questions being collateral damage and being between borders, which is yet again inspired from the works of Bharadwaj. As Bharadwaj once wrote that the line of control did not run through 576 kilometers of militarized mountains. It ran through every Kashmiri. It ran through the reels of Bollywood coming to life in dark theatres. It ran through conversations in coffee shops and on television screens showing cricket matches. It ran through families and dinner talk. It ran through whispers of lovers, and it ran through our grief, our anger, our tears, and our silence. He then puts forward the demand for Azadi. Azadi is the most disputed topic of Kashmir, which was referenced twice earlier. One where it said that India got its freedom from non-violence and not guns. Guns only breed revenge. For freedom, we must free ourselves from revenge first. Later, the Indian Army, which explains that Azadi is a separatist ploy just to be slaves of Pakistan. Hamlet now completely takes over the film. It turns towards personal vendetta. Haider has now become erratic and unpredictable. Yet again, the ghost of Dr. Mir appears, but alongside Rudar. So, who is Rudar? Previous scenes joke on how the doctor is the body and Rudar is the spirit. But Rudar is the catalyst, a puppet master. We'll come back to it. Again, in the climactic ending, Haider faces his moment. He contemplates whether revenge could bring him peace. He realizes that it wouldn't end there. Mortally wounded, he walks away. The film ends abruptly. However, two conclusions are seen in the screenplay from Anupama Chopra's website, Film Companion, which shows one where Haider succumbs to his wounds, but the other where Rudar waits for him with open arms. This reveals Rudar as the actual antagonist. He is the reason for which the AFSPA exists. He is the propagandist who sways the anger of the people on the Indian Army, masquerading as Azadi. Vishal Bharadwaj's movie sources various literary works, and it's so rare to see Hindi cinema which has so much literary inspiration and so much artistic merit. Even with so many sources, it works well together and becomes an entirely new entity. With the skeleton of Hamlet and the soul of Kashmiri literature, Vishal Bharadwaj has showed us Kashmir not through a screen but through a window.